trading is very, very wide, very, very wide, and it's just like medicine. That's the approach I give to trading. Just like medicine, we have different discipline and different, specialization, area of specialization in medicine, and the same time also in trading too. There are a lot of disciplines, so you don't know everything at once. You don't be you can't be a cardiologist, a gynecologist, a nephrologist, a psychologist, and a lot like that. You get the point now. So you can't be a cardiologist at the same time. So you just have to have an area of specialization, and that will really help you a lot. And that is one thing that we are also going to be looking into tonight. A lot of people have been hearing many things about trading, which some are true, why some are not true. And this is also an industry where you can believe a lie for a very long time until one day the truth will come up and you'll be like, wow, I'm so shocked that I've always believed lie or truth. But as much as possible tonight, I'll be very, very realistic and very, very open, because this is more like a family meeting, all right? For you to be here, definitely you have a good relationship with Pastor, and at the same time, you know someone who knows him, that you get the link to the meeting, all right? So once again, I want to say a very big thank you to Pastor as we move forward. All right, so I'll be starting with the basic introduction to trading right now, the basic introduction to trading. So I believe everyone can see my chart, so that we can easily look at my screen, rather, so that we can easily move together. I happens to be a teacher, so I love to, we love to hear, get feedback and more as we move forward. All right. Now, these are my table of contents. Tonight, we are going to be looking at, first, we are going to debunk a lot of wrong perception about trading. Many people have wrong perception about trading. That's very true. Wrong perception, maybe due to your experience, what you've seen happen, what you've heard people said, and a lot of things like that. So also, we'll now see what trading is all about and who trades. Trading is not for everybody. So you know who trades. If you belong to that category of people who can trade, then you know tonight the types of trading that we have. Why should you trade? Why do many traders fail, and why do people lose money in trading? Also, we are also going to look at the law of risk and reward, and at the same time, we are going to round it up with different opportunities in trading. All right. So let's move. First, let's do some debunking as fast as possible. A lot of misconception is out there that trading is gambling. I think sometimes in January or February during Sunday school in church, someone, when they were talking about gambling and the likes like that, someone said, "What of trading?" And on my seat there, I was just laughing like, this person I've seen a lot to ask this kind of question. That is trading also gambling? Trading too is gambling. All manner of contemplations. And one thing I want us to know is trading is not gambling. That is the simplest answer to it. Trading is not gambling. And at the same time, there is only a thin line between trading and gambling. Why do I say that? So it's just like a two-sided coin. So trading is not gambling. Yes, true. But it is gambling for someone who doesn't have knowledge of the industry. You get the point now. If you think what you just do is you click buy, you click sell on a laptop or a phone, that is what trading is all about, then you are a gambler. You are simply gambling. That's it. All right. So you don't want to find yourself in that state. So the first thing you have to debunk in your mind, because if you don't do that first, housekeeping in your mind, then what we'll be talking about later on is going to be very, very difficult for you to get. All right. So first thing you need to know is trading is not gambling. It's very, very important. Trading is not gambling at all. Trading is not gambling. And two, trading is not a Ponzi scheme. So trading is not a Ponzi scheme. You need to know that very, very well, that trading is not a Ponzi scheme. Sorry, this may hurt, but at the same time, I love to tell people the truth. Sorry if it hurts. CBES is not trading. Yes, they told you CBES is trading. Bring $100 in 1 week. You are going to get $200. That's it. No, CBES is not trading at all. All right. So CBES is a Ponzi scheme. It's just a junior brother to MMM. All right. So CBES is not trading, and trading is not a get rich or die trying system. A lot of people have this mentality that, oh, if I start trading today, within 3 months, I should be able to buy my Lamborghini Urus, my G-Wagon. You want to drive GLK, all manner of cars. You want to drive Rolls Royce in 3 months of trading, or 6 months of trading, or even 1 year of trading. Is it possible? The answer is yes. How possible it is, I don't know. And reason why I give that kind of answer is, statistics have shown and proved that out of 100%, if you put 100 people together who start trading, hardly would you see one that's going to come out like you. There's probability you see one out of that 100 people put together who is going to have that kind of result you are looking out for. You get it now? So the conclusion is trading is not a get rich or die trying system. It depends on the approach you bring to the industry. That's what is going to give back to you. So, what some of us call giggle, you garbage in, you garbage out. That's the simplest way you can look at it. So, one thing you should tell yourself is trading is not gambling, trading is not a Ponzi scheme, why trading is not a get rich or die trying system. And at the same time, I want us to understand the fact that I truly believe, and this is just my own perception now, I truly believe that trading is one of the systems that God already put in place to save the church of financial chaos. While at the same time, Satan also ride on it to break people's back. All right. So you must understand that fact. And maybe along the session, I'm going to share a brief story with us. If I remember, I'm going to share that with us, how I transition into trading. All right. So the next thing we are going to be looking at is, if we've debunked all those mindsets, then what exactly is trading all about, and who trades? So I'm going to define trading in a very simple terms, which is, trading is simply the buying and selling of financial instruments like stocks, like bonds, like commodities, and currencies with the goal of making profit. You buy and you sell. What are you buying? What are you selling? Stocks, bonds, commodities, currencies, and the goal is for you to make profit. Now, at the beginning, I said CBES is not trading, and that's the truth. Because also in trading, one thing you need to understand is, whatsoever you are buying, for trade to take place, if you are buying or selling something, there should be a counterparty that is either willing to sell to you or willing to buy from you. You get the point now. So it's very, very important you know that. Now, if you don't have something you are selling, or something you are willing to buy, the question is, where then does the money goes when it leaves you? There used to be a saying that money flies in the air. I don't believe that though. Money doesn't fly in the air. Money moves from one end to another person. So when you buy, money leaves you. When you sell, money comes to you. It's that simple. Money goes when you buy, and money comes when you sell. That is simply the purest definition for trading. So when you are buying stocks, you are buying from someone maybe at a low price, And when you are selling again, you are selling to someone maybe at a high price. And the difference between when you buy and when you sell is what makes up your profit. You get the point now. So it's very, very important we understand the fact that trading is simply the art of buying and selling financial instruments. And at the same time, not just financial instruments in terms of maybe paper or stocks or bonds and the likes like that. So you can buy and sell commodities like sugar, like wool, like cotton, like coffee, and the likes like that. Yes, there is chart for all those commodities and many things in that particular category. All right. So you should understand that also as a basic. All right. So who are those involved in trading? We have the banks, central banks, they are involved in trading. Commercial banks are also involved in trading. All right. Your okay, there are some things I won't be able to, mention because they are classified information. All right. So central banks are they trade very well. Commercial banks also trade. All right. So fund managers also trade. We call them hedge funds, the likes of uh, you know uh, uh, George Soros, all the fund managers that you can think of. All right, Goldman Sachs and the likes like that. Okay, so we also have retailers and speculators, and that is the entry level for trading. You and I, we are retailers and also speculators. Okay, meaning we just want to cash our own part of it and get out of it. There's a particular system that we used to use. There's a term we used to use in the industry. We call it, if you are not on A, you are not on anything. Meaning, speculators, you see the chart like this, but your money doesn't really matters in the market. Not because you don't have the real volume, the huge volume to execute, to trade. You get the point now. So it's very, very important if we know all these things as the basics for us. Now, what are the types of trading? Just as I said, you can trade currency. Yes, that's where you trade uh, Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, dollar against the yen, Euro against the dollar, Great British pounds against the dollar, also USD against Naira. Yes, you can trade that too. Just that the chart doesn't move, it only faces one direction, which is up if you trade dollar to Naira. Yeah, I remember in the year 2023, that was, I think, August, yes, early August 2023. That was when I had this analysis. And that's one thing I do majorly because I study economic data a lot of nations, of countries, their central banks, interest rates, and the likes like that. So that gives me, as a trader, a pre-information, the pair I should trade. So I'm not just sticking to one particular pair that, okay, I'm only trading dollar, I'm only trading this. No, but when I have those information, it gives me a pre-information of what to do. All right. So you can trade currency. You can trade synthetics. Now, synthetics are also more like currency pairs. You see their charts. Just maybe I should share a chart with us now. I'm going to share a chart with us now. So for us to see what the chart looks like. All right. So we are going to see what the chart looks like now. I'll be sharing that right away. Okay. So now I believe everyone can see my chart right now. So this is, let me switch. This is what a chart really looks like. Okay. This is what it really looks like. I know it's more of, it's looking like jargon to you, but this is what it really looks like. This is a chart of gold. All right. This is a chart of gold. Okay. So you can also trade gold, like the physical gold that you are thinking of. Yes. If you go to the market to go and buy gold, you get a point now. There's a chart for it, and they have price that they work with and move easily with. Okay. So that is what the chart you are seeing right now. All right. So let's move back to the slide as fast as we can. So it's very, very important to have all this, understanding about what trading is all about so that it guides you and you won't just go and fall into some unnecessary ants that makes you to lose your money. So you can also trade commodity like sugar, just as you are seeing in the screen on the screen, like sugar, like beans, and there are people who does that very well still in Nigeria. When I was in the north, when I was in Zaria, I do that very well too. So you can just buy sack of beans, maybe during harvest season, you buy sacks of beans, maybe in tons and the likes like that. You buy them, keep, and when the season for that particular produce is up, maybe there is no is now becoming scarce, you now start selling. So for example, you buy a bag of beans for, let's say, 100,000 naira, and when it's now becomes scarce, there will be a season where beans will be very, very cheap. Now this operates based on the law of supply and demand. Now when during the harvest become very cheap that everybody wants to sell, farmers are harvesting, they just want to sell out. So you buy at that period and keep, maybe towards the end of the year, and you start selling. All right. So when you start selling, you buy at 100,000, I mean, a bag, and you start selling as high as maybe 120, 125. So that is a very cool business that you can do. When you do that, you are also trading. And what type of trading are you doing? You are doing commodity trading. So there are also platforms too that you can trade beans, maize, soya bean, and the likes, on a chart, just like the way I show you the chart for gold. You can easily do the same thing on the chart. If you go to Google and type AFEX, AFEX, you're going to see it there. You can easily buy and sell. You can easily buy and sell corn, you can buy beans, you can buy rice, paddy, and the likes like that. You get the point now. Just the way you do it here. So it's there. Just that, the pricing really matters. So there are some, they are being priced in Naira, while some also, you can see it in dollars too. If it's a global one, you get the point now. If the platform is a global platform. So why should you trade? Three major reasons why people trade. First, you want to supplement your stream of income, meaning you want to have another stream of income aside from your 9 to 5. I've trained a lot of people who are 9 to 5, and at the same time, they are traders. They just do position trading. Some weekends, you see them do 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Weekends, they trade. Now, they trade synthetic because weekdays, the currency market closes by Friday night. You get the point now. But weekend synthetic market is open 247. So you can trade down 247. Even if you come back from your 9 to 5, you can retire to your trading desk and start trading too. You get the point now. So you can trade synthetic. So for you to create a supplement, another stream of income, so you can trade to do that. At the same time, you can diversify your portfolio investment. That's another reason why people trade, to diversify their portfolio investment, meaning you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Now, you have a lot of investment, you invest in land. And remember, we have high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward, high risk, low reward, low risk, high reward. Just make sure you don't do high risk, low reward. That's a very, very bad investment option. Don't try it. All right. So those are the things you can do. You can do high risk, but trading falls into the category of high risk, high reward. You get the point now. It falls into the category of high risk, high reward. So you can easily choose to invest in trading. And one thing you should also understand is that the major basic of trading is meant for people who truly are liquid. You get the point now. What do I mean by that? People who truly have capital to trade. It's just in a way to make life, easy for people. That is why we have many brokers now coming to Nigeria or Africa to do a lot of things. That's when you can easily now, deposit as low as $10, as low as $20, and you start trading. Because most broker know you are going to blow the money. You get the point now. But the major reason, the major people who trade are people with high, capital, and who really want to just either hedge their money from inflation or just do 1:2 kind of trading, meaning you are risking 1% to get 2% and get that and move away. You get the point now. So those are the people who trading majorly are meant for. But because people's appetite begin to grow and they want to, explore and have a lot of, another stream of income. So they started trying out trading. That's when you are going to see someone who is still in SS3 or just finished secondary school and start trading. He's going to save all his money and put everything in the market, and so sad, he's going to lose everything. So those are also part of the reason why some people trade. All right. Now, why do many traders fail and why do people lose money in trading? Now, this may sound weird, but it's very, 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 very possible. I've seen this happen a lot. I've been trained a lot of people, and I won't be gender biased, but let me tell you something. In my This is my third year of training people in trading. You get the point now as a tutor. Now, one thing I've discovered is that the guys tends to blow more accounts than the female. Now, it's actually a research I'm also doing just to know why. But I've been getting some, insight to the some answer to that question why most male tends to blow many accounts compared to the female. First, our ego as a male. You'll be wrong in trade analysis and direction. Instead of you to humble yourself and get out of the trade, be like, no, 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 it would come back. You get the point now, and you're going to lose. So these are the reason why most people fail, most traders, and also people who don't have a lot of information about the industry. These are the reason why they fail. Now, the first thing is greed. Whenever I'm training, maybe during classes and the likes like that, I used to ask this question. I ask people, how many of us here are greedy? Maybe I should ask here in this training too. If you are greedy, just type in the chat box. Let me see. Let me see. If you are greedy, if you accept, you agree that I'm greedy, just type in the chat box. Let's quickly check something out together. Type in the chat box if you know you are greedy. Don't lie to yourself. Oh. Just type in the chat box if you know you are greedy. And if you are not, let me know I'm not greedy. Oh God. Okay. Mr. Cat says, I don't think I am greedy. Okay. Yes. Well, I believe. You see that? I want to believe this person laughing must be a guy. Sanusi Ayomide must be a guy. Okay, Glory. Okay. Someone said with food. Yes. I'm not greedy. Okay. All right. I want to believe that. I want to believe that. But one thing about trading is trading really exposes the real you to you. That is one thing about trading. That's one of the advantage of trading. You are going to think you are a very conservative person. You have contentment. Oh, me, if I just do small thing like this, I'm done. Oh, I won't come again. I've had a lot of that. As a matter of fact, people who are, tongue speaking. I'm sorry if I sound sarcastic. People who are, tongue speaking, we are we are going to be scabashing and praying in tongues like this, and at the same time that this is greed, get out, but you won't. You just be like, oh, let's go. And let me give you a very typical example of that. Maybe you are risking probably $5 on a trade, and you see the trade move in your direction, and you've been able to push all through. You're seeing risking $5 and you're seeing $15, $20 in profit. But that greed inside of you is to be like, this thing can turn to $50. Why not? Let me leave it. Let me leave it. It will get to 50. It moves to 22. You did not close that trade. It starts reversing back to 20. No, it will go back. It gets to 18, it will go back. It gets to 10, it will go back. Now you are seeing it in 5. You start beating your head. I'm telling you what I've done before. In my early years of trading, when I just started out, I've slapped myself times without number. Be like, oh, mess up. You've messed up. You slap yourself. You do all manner of things to yourself, but it doesn't change anything. The truth of the matter remains that, young man, dear sister, is greed that makes you not close that trade. Meaning you are risking $5. This is nobody's father's house, but you are only risking $5 on a particular move. And you are seeing your $5 make $20. Instead of you to close, you don't. So with that, you are going to lose that $5, and also the profit you've made initially, you won't be able to go home with anything. And you start blaming yourself, complaining. Some will even say, it's like my village people are watching me whenever I'm trading. No, 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 nobody is watching you. It's greed. All right. The next thing is lack of knowledge. When you don't have good understanding of the industry and knowledge about it, you tend to fail. Another thing is lack of accountability. Oh, you think you are accountable until you start trading. If you start trading, you know, and that's one way devil also, hook a lot of people. If you're on losing streak, there's something we call losing streak, meaning you start losing, you lose your first trade, second trade, third trade, you've lost all your money to the extent that you started borrowing to start trading. And that's one rule you must give to yourself. Never borrow to trade. That's my own personal rule, and I do tell people never borrow money to trade. If you don't have money to trade, go and work, get money, fund your account and trade. Never borrow money to trade. So that's lack of accountability, meaning you don't have people you're accountable to tell them, oh, this is it. Oh, Kai, my friend, I really I don't shop SL today. There's nothing more for me. My own accountability system are my circle, and also my number one accountability partner is my wife. She knows everything. Sometimes if she sees my countenance, be like, dear, what happened to our account? That's the question. 2 weeks ago, something happened. We just returned back from a trip, and because of the trade war going on between US and China, it just happened that I lost one of my portfolios, and that's about $2,850. Imagine that. Yes. Imagine you lose that huge amount and you just look. It gets to me, but at the same time, as a trader, it's part of the game. You move. But because I have a system of accountability, I just instantly tell my wife, babe, this already happened. And she just came, she saw it, and she was like, hey, okay. And in her mind, my wife started calculating exchange rates for me. So that's another thing. So trading will make your mind to be very, very strong. That's another thing. So another reason why people lose money is lack of mentorship and profitable community. And that's one thing you should do for yourself if by any means or any chance you want to start trading. You must find someone who already, and that's one thing I thank God for. I was raised by a mentor and a boss who really poured out his years of experience into us while grooming us, and at the same time gave us a lot of leverage to learn material, study, and personally too, I took out time to dedicate my time to study. You get the point now. So when you have that proper mentorship and profitable community, meaning you are not the only one shining there, you pour yourself into people, everybody begin to see the market the same way you see it, and even more better than you do. And another thing that makes people lose their money is lack of patience. You are not patient at all. You just want quick result. Let me put in $100, and tomorrow morning let me get out $500 and we move. He is not in this industry. You truly would fail if you try it that way. All right. And the last thing that makes people lose money, among many, is pressure. You've seen a lot of things on Instagram. If you are a trader, that's one thing I do advise. If you are a trader, there are some accounts you don't follow. As a matter of fact, I don't advise that you, as a trader, you go through a lot all manner of things on Instagram. There are many pressure there. It's only on Instagram you are going to see someone that will tell you, since he has started trading, no losing streak, nothing, nothing. No, it's been profit, 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 profit. No, they only share their success story. They won't share the losses with you. They won't show you, oh, this period I'm down, but we know when they are down. And let me give you that gist. The moment you see someone posting trade results like, hey, I'm able to cash out this today, this week, this next week, and later you just see for a very long time, maybe for a week or two, the person was very quiet. Just know something is going on wrong with the person, all right? Unless the person happens to be a very conservative type that doesn't share maybe his withdrawal or trade setup online. And there are reasons why some of us don't do that, because even if you share it online and you tell people it's a demo trade, they'll still send you account number that you should, you should bless them. You get the point now. So the law of risk and reward. The law of risk and reward states that the higher the potential of an investment, the higher the risk involved with respect to time. All right. The higher the potential return of an investment, the higher the risk involved with respect to time. Meaning, if you are risking $100, then you should be able to get a reward of, maybe 200 or 300 with time. Not just, okay, I'll use this as an example now. I have someone who invested about, I think, $2,000. Yes, she started trading with $2,000. And every month, consistently. Now, this is not a manual type of trading. She uses expert advisor, meaning bots. All right. And every month she does 25, 30% on monthly basis, steady. She does not have any clue about the industry at all. She only uses bots to trade. The bot trades the account, and every month she gets that. Now, look at it. She's risking that much because you don't. One thing I tell people is, when it comes to trading, only risk what you can afford to lose, meaning only trade with what you can afford to lose. As a matter of fact, I make it clear that the moment you put that money into your trading wallet, into your trading account, just know that Otilo is gone. Now, I don't mean to be negative, but two things happen. Is either the money comes back in folds or it goes. You get the point now. So it's very, very important you have that basic understanding. And with respect to time, it's not that you are going to, start trading $100 and you are expecting 500 in 24 hours. Is it possible? Yes. How possible it is? Very low. All right. So it's one good thing you should understand. Now, what are the opportunities available in trading? There are a lot of opportunities available in trading. Trading is an industry, not just one act. It's an industry. So you can either choose to be an investor. What do I mean by an investor? Meaning you have capital you can afford to risk and you are trading with it. You invest it with someone for them to trade for you, and you have agreement, okay, at the end of the month, we want to do 60-40, do it, let's see how it goes, get it that way. You get the point now. So you can either be an investor if you want that very clean and clear. Just make sure you don't do it with people who are fraudsters. Anybody that, now I don't mean to be sarcastic or spoil business for people. What I'm trying to let you understand is, whosoever asks you to bring money that you are going to deposit in their own bank account for them to trade for you, the high tendency that is a scam is very sure. You get the point now. So don't do that. Don't do that. So the best thing you can do is fund your own trading account. Send trading login detail, not your wallet detail now. There is what we call wallet and also what we call your MT4, MT5 login detail. You can send that to someone to trade for you. And at the end of the month, you do profit split. You have, the autonomy of withdrawing and doing anything on your account. The person can't do anything. They can't withdraw your account. They can only blow it. Maybe if you don't pay them, and they blow your money. So another opportunity in the trading industry is you can be a broker affiliate, meaning you create an affiliate account with broker. Whoever wants to start trading, they create account with your link. Every trade it takes or any bonus you get from your broker, you get it. That's another cool cash you can start getting from trading. With that, you are not a trader. You are only a broker affiliate. And that is what many people do. You get the point now. Those people you see on IG, I won't mention names now. Some of them are broker, they are using broker affiliate, and some you can also be a marketing affiliate too, meaning you bring people in for them to learn how to trade. You get your own percentage or share, or you bring people in, they deposit, and there is actually an evil thing that people do. We call it P&L deal, meaning the way every one of us are on this call now. I'll just tell everybody, oh yeah, fund your account, boom. I'll give you a trade signal. You trade, you make profits today, you make profit tomorrow, you make profit next tomorrow, and on Friday, I'm going to give you a wrong signal. I will also be taking those trades, so we'll be taking those trades together. And at the end of the week, the person will just give you a wrong signal, and everybody will lose. Now, because they already have a wrong deal with those evil broker they use, everybody will lose their. Imagine we all load our account with $1,000 and we are 100 on the call. Everybody will lose that money, which is $100,000 in capital. The person who has that deal with that evil broker, maybe they do a deal of maybe 60-40 or 50-50, meaning the broker takes 50,000, he or she also takes 50,000. But if the Spirit of God truly lives inside of you, you won't do that evil thing. It's an evil thing. You get the point now. So I always tell people, don't get yourself involved in those messed up kind of business. All right. And another opportunity in trading is you can be a tutor. Yes, you truly can be a tutor. Meaning you study, you understand the market, you can trade, but probably you don't have capital to trade. Then you can be a tutor. You teach. You teach people how to trade. You charge your money. You get your cool cash, cool and fine, and you start trading. And at the same time, you can also be a trading analyst, meaning you give out analysis to people. Okay, this is, I've studied the economic data of US, of Japan, of Australia, of New Zealand, of UK. You get the point now, of Europe. You put everything together and send out the analysis. So when traders get that analysis, it gives them a pre-information of what they should do. So people can subscribe to your system that way, because they know, oh, this guy is going to give us analysis. And that's one of the things I do. All right. So, for example, now I have prediction on gold for gold buy since 2023. We are on it. And at the same time, today too, every Sunday I do that very well. So every Sunday we send out analysis from office. We send out analysis to people. This is what we are expecting for the week on this particular pair, on this particular pair, on this particular pair. So watch out for it. Take your trade based on this analysis, and you get the best of it. People pay you for that. All right. And at the same time, you can be a trader, meaning fund your account and start trading. You get the point now. So this is going to be a very big opportunity for you if you want to start your trading journey as a trader. And at the same time, you need to think, well, okay, what is my risk appetite? What can I afford to lose? What can I, afford to risk? Is your risk appetite that determines the kind of trader that you are. You get the point now. So that is what we have. And what, if there's any question, let me quickly take some question so that we can move and work together. All right. Yes, I would love to hear from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. for that. Hold on, let me change my mic. It looks like I'm talking from two places. Can we clap for our lecturer tonight? Can we clap for him? Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. This is an introduction. Now, I know many of us have questions. I know you do have questions. Some of you might want to use, and I know I have a couple of traders on the call, Tiwi and Godson. I also have some financial analysts here too that want to, Motolani, she would like to, prove one or two things around trading. Some of us, like you said, may not have all the time to, sit down, start from the beginning and all. There are people who can help you do this trading. There are some people who have spent their soul and life to learning all it takes to become a trader. So I would like you guys to drop your questions in the chat for Mr. Lekon. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is an introduction. Very short and detailed and explanatory. Yes, thank you, questions. That's good feedback. So I would like to have your questions. The questions you have for Mr. Lekon. They use approximately 40 to 45 minutes for this session. Okay, somebody asked a question. Chris asked a question. He said, is trading for everyone? He said, is trading for everyone? Is trading for everyone?
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Trading is not for everyone, and that's the truth. It sounds weird, but that remains the truth. Trading is not for everyone. However, everybody can be an investor. For example, now, if you are the very busy type and you want to, go into trading, not the type that will sit down with the system or phone to click, buy or sell. I told you we have plans like that. People who, come to their chart and start trading. What they do majorly is invest with traders just to see, okay, I want to invest. This is what I'm looking out to get. This is what I want to get. All right. So you just discuss with the trader. This is it. I'm investing $1,000 with you. How or what can you do? Maybe in a month or so. You get a point now. And you get that well. But make sure the person did not promise you a kind of outrageous, return. For example, someone telling you, if you invest $1,000, I'm going to do $50,000 for you at the end of the month, or $500 at the end of the month. Doesn't Yes, it's very realistic, very possible. You can trade $1,000 and get $500 at the end of the month. Very, very realistic and possible. However, is not what Let me share some one experience with you. Sometimes in 2020, there are some Ponzi schemes outside. Yes, I call them Ponzi schemes because they truly are. Some of you may have heard about, maybe, just let me mention one or two. Maybe MBA Forest, or what do we call it now? Quintessential and the likes like that. I'm sorry if you are also affected by some of those things, some of those guys. I was also affected by some of them. And one of the things some of those guys were doing was they gather people's money and promise unrealistic return. You get the point now. They gather people's money and you start promising unrealistic return, meaning you are telling people you are going to give them 30% every month or 40% every month. The question is it sustainable? Meaning, can you do that every month for the next 1 year, that you are promising someone 40 or 30% every month? See, in this market, there are times that everywhere is just very quiet. For example, early this year, immediately after the US election, when they did the handing over, everybody saw shege in the market because the current president of the United States, you know, I'm sorry, the mouth now. Hope we are not streaming live on YouTube that someone from US is watching. The mouth of that man can cause a lot of disaster. You are in a trade that is going on well, and all of a sudden you see, boom, everywhere just travel like that. You see everything turns all over again. You get the point now. So that is that man at that point. So please, trade is not for everyone. While at the same time, you can be an investor if you have someone who can trade for you.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. We have another question from Omotola, and she said, "How do we know legit sources to invest in? I have handled so many sub stories of investment gone south to trading through unscrupulous sources. So how do we know if a platform is legitimate? How do we know if somebody is legitimate?"
All right. The first thing I'm going to say is, whoever asks you to deposit money into their personal account for them to trade for you, that is number one red flag. Don't even try that. You get the point. So the best thing you should do is, if you want someone to trade for you or any investment, let it be the one you have control and authority over. You got what I'm trying to say? In this industry, there are a lot of shitty things that I can't even be saying here. There are a lot of shitty things that I can't be saying here. So the best thing you can do is let them show you how to create your own. And this is what I do. I will show you how to create your account. You can even jump on the same Zoom call. I will direct you, okay, do this, do that. Have you done it? Have you set your password? Have you done everything? Good. Now, let the person, or before the person now start trading for you, let him or her show you his or her trade statement. If you want to tell me you can drive, then I must see your driving license. You get the point now. Let the person show you his or her trade statement. This is what I've done before. This is it. You see it. If it's okay with you, you can go ahead and start trading. Let the person trade for you. You get the point now. But any investment that warrants you to, particularly in trading, that warrants you, send the money into my personal account. At the end of the month, I'll give you so amount. At the end of it, I'm so sorry. It may be a cry. What's the law? All right, please don't just try it, please. Thank you.
Right, there's one more question from Itsika, and it says, "You spoke about patience, but how do we have patience when they come invested in keep dipping? For instance, buying BTC when it was 1,000 and keep dropping on a weekly basis." And then she asked about Trump coin. It was high, and then certain days a week it just dropped. Was it a Ponzi scheme or just bad investment?
All right. Thank you very much. I spoke about we having the knowledge of the industry. In I remember 2022, yes, we had a trade call that BTC is going to drop very well. Why? Because we know some of these coins are priced in dollars. So if the dollar keeps strengthening, you expect them to drop. You get the point now. So there are other fundamental analysis that we do behind the scene. There are other, you look out for sentiment, you look out for fundamental analysis like interest rates, also news about government too that comes into the economy that you get to see. All right. So for example, now someone who bought BTC when it was 100,000 and it keeps dropping, you don't buy a coin at peak. We call it premium. You don't buy anything at premium, meaning everybody is buying, It gets to the premium, you join them to buy. Just know that it's going to go back down because the market is not just going to keep flying. It will retrace, then start moving. All right. So these are the key things we should also put in notice. So that Trump coin that the person bought, it's very, very important you understand that reason why Trump coin came up that period was because of that handing over issue and everything like that, of which immediately after the handing over, the hype, everything, they just pump it, everything goes down. Now we are seeing dollar weakness happening in the market for the past few weeks now, and that is as a result of the trade war going on. So as soon as everything stables back again, you tend to see some of these things rising back up, and the whole world now, either we like it or not, everybody is tilting towards cryptocurrency now, either we like it or not. So best thing you can do for yourself is look at anyone that has been listed. Now, I don't do crypto as a person. I don't do crypto. Yes, I have some that I invested in because I know their back end story. I know how it operates. So I don't do those Trump coin and the likes like that. Best I do is BTC, Ethereum. Those are the major two ones I do. You get the point now. So you look out for what are the fundamental basics that can easily cause chaos moving forward with those coins. Does that make sense now?
All right. Jessica, was the question answered well, or you need clarity? But sir, do you think that the Trump coin will come back up again?
Yes, it definitely would. And reason being that it came up as a result of the current US government. So right now, all crypto, you are seeing them going down, going down, going down, going down. Yes, they are repricing. That's what we call it. All those coins are repricing. So you can still see them even go more deeper. Even stocks. Stocks too, if you remember, sometimes last month or March, we see how those stocks crashed and gradually they will pick up back again. So what is going on in the market now is a lot of investors, particularly the key players, wants to come into that space. So it has to be crashed down for everybody to be able, for them to be able to come in, then we all rise back up again. So that is it. If you have any coin that is not doing well now, this is not a time you say, okay, just let me dispose it and go away. No, that is going to be fear. You're acting based on fear. So it's not a bad investment. Just hold it. Now let me give an example now. There's actually a coin, maybe you know Tron. I remember in 2020, I bought Tron of about, is it 6,005 or 7,000 naira? Guess what? Since 2020, I just left it in that wallet and it's just there. Now convert 7,000 naira in 2020 is not even up to maybe $10 or $5. Now when I'm going to sell it, when I was to sell the coin in last year November, when there was that big pump, because I know that since election is coming up, everybody will pump in. Then after election, everything will drop down. So I just want to exit the position. All I did was just dispose it around ending of November, early December. Yes, ending of November. So that was when we disposed it. And I sold it for about $160. What was not up to $10 in 2020, you sold it for $160. You get the point now. But you can easily just right now, you are going to be a baller. You get the point now. Even though it's dipping down, you are still a baller. So it's just the pricing and we get the best of it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? I believe that was expository enough, and
Okay,
it
I'm
has.
seeing, yes, sir. Sorry. I'm seeing Chris. Okay, bro, Chris said, is there a platform? Yes, you can get to OHR Academy. just reach out to OHR Academy. That is the offer that is coming from our dear pastor. This is a very great offer now. So it's going to be a very big discount from OHR Academy. Just watch out on OHR Academy's page, and you are going to see we are going to have a very good session with everybody. It's going to be a training session, and at the same time, a good community where we all can learn together. And you can connect with me also on IG, Lekon Share Me. So you're going to get that. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Some TV said you want. Can you drop in the chat? Yes, bro. TV, can you please or Michael Babaji? I think this is somebody else. You can drop your feedback in the chat, so I'll just read it out. Thank you very much. Appreciate for you wanting to add to the knowledge of tonight. So, like I said earlier, I'm sure some of us used to think trading was specifically for people that know how to trade. It's also for people who have money to waste, or is a get rich scheme, or it's gambling. Many misconceptions about trading, and I believe tonight has given us the right perspective as regards trading, and also some difference to know if trading and gambling are the same thing. Without further ado, like I said earlier, we on behalf of OHR Academy, we would like to offer a training and trading session with Mr. Lekon for 2 weeks at a certain price. So for those of you, it's not compulsory. It's only for those who. It's not compulsory. It's only for those who would like to start a training or a trading career, or want to start trading. Either you want to, like we mentioned earlier, the different types of people who are involved in trading. You want to be an active trader, or you just want to put your money to invest, or you want to get people to come and invest and trade in forex or trading in other commodities, and then you just be the broker. Mr. Lekon is going to have an exclusive 2 weeks training and trading session. So this is just an introductory class. You can't say so much in this class because it's 100% discounted. It's the basis. But he's going to be taking a 2 weeks training and trading, meaning he's going to train you about all you need to know about trading. He's going to train you about the platforms that you will use if you want to get a bot to do the training for you, or you want to be doing yourself, how to pick signals, and all of the shenanigans of trading. And also, he's going to help you trade. So, at the rate of 100,000 is for registering and also your fee to use to trade. So, the 100,000 will cover your training for 2 weeks, and it's out of that money that is also going to use to start trading for you, and going to put you through. The schedule. Okay, someone says Trump coin is a meme coin. When you want to invest in meme coin, there are things to look at for the team that the project, total supply that the team is holding. If it's more than 10%, then it's a high risk project. Thank you very much for that. One thing I must tell you and let you know is when it comes to money, what determining factor to making progress or experiencing failure is knowledge. And if you are open to learning, you will go. It will take time, yes, but you will go. And this is one of the reasons why Wisdom class was established, because I see that some believers do not believe that money should work for them. If scripture says the love of money is root of all evil, it means that we should not love money so much that we are seeking it, but we must understand that money is a tool for us to advance the kingdom of God and there are certain mindset and certain principles that are available to us. I was listening to someone recently, and he said, Scripture said, he would take the benefits or the income or the money of the Gentiles and give it to us. And then he said, how many of us have started getting that? That he has noticed that people of the world tend to grow financially and all of that, and Christians are not doing so well. Not all of us, but some of us are not doing so well. And this is why Wisdom Class was established, that we have the adequate knowledge to grow in areas of wealth, areas of health, areas of finance, areas of personal development, relationship, career, and also business. In the first month of the year, we've been doing finance, then we moved to time management, and now we're doing a bit about finance again. Subsequently, we move into relationship in the workplace, relationship with your family members, relationship with friends, and how to get the best out of relationship, because human beings are resources that God has given you. So for a fee of 100,000 for the next 2 weeks, Mr. Lekon would be training and trading for you and establish you. It's going to be hands-on. Like I said earlier, the minimum amount for an introductory trading class is about 200,000, and this is minus them helping you to trade. They will teach you the foundational knowledge for you to know. They will establish you, create your account, and then get you ready to start trading. But what is going to do for you? The money is going to be for the training and also for trading. So your money, you are literally paying someone to push you to doing something that you will not do naturally. And now you are doing it with a skilled individual and a knowledgeable individual. So it's not trading, you are not giving him money to trade. It's on your own account, and then you see. So if you are interested, you can send OHR Academy a DM on Instagram, or send INSICAC a DM, and then she'll send you the link of the IG page so that we can. It's going to be strictly virtual. It's going to be virtual, and you're going to have one-on-one sessions with me where we put you through. One thing is for sure, we will grow in every area that we can. And if you can invest your time to join Wisdom Class at this hour, at this time, on a Monday, it shows that you're intentional with your growth. And I believe that this is one of the ways for you to establish yourself. If you're two and people want to do 50-50, you can join together. One person starts, and then you guys decide together. But I want you guys to know that this is the greatest discount you can ever get anywhere. And this is me putting my credibility on the table, because I know Mr. Lekon is very good at what he does. All right. So next week, Monday, we would be having another session. I will not tell you our speaker is. Like I always do, I might be the one to take class, or I'll get somebody who is also knowledgeable in their field, or we put it together. Just for those of you joining Wisdom Class for the first time, Wisdom Class is a session to help individuals grow in areas of career, business, personal development, their health, relationship, finance, and their spiritual life. So we are building a holistic individual. And the foundation of the School of Wisdom is from Scripture that says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, courage, and a sound mind. A sound mind. We are raising men and women with sound minds. Sound minds. That's what Wisdom Class is for. So on Sundays where we feed our spirit, on Sundays where we read the Scripture, where we learn how to be strong believers who will go out and shine the light of Christ. On Monday, we learn principles that God has made available to us for us to grow. This is why Wisdom Class was established. I would like to make an announcement here first. I will be organizing a 1-week training very soon, possibly first week in the month of June. And it's a Joseph cohort. It's going to be paid. And the reason why I said it's going to be paid is so that the individuals on the call take it serious. I am looking at helping individuals manage their time for God and their time with work and their time with business. One of the questions I've been asked regularly is, how do you manage your time as a pastor, as a manager, and you still have time to play football, do recreation, and all of that. I'm learning and I'm growing because I don't know it 100%. But one thing I'm assured of is I'm on the path to where I need to be. It's something I've been learning for years. I've put into my life. So I also be getting individuals who are also excelling in their work. People are pastors, but they are C-suite executives. People who are ministers, but they have their own business that they're running and they're successful. It's not going to be me alone. It's going to be with these individuals, and I will let you guys know when the session is about to happen. Thank you very much for joining Wisdom Class on Monday. I wish you a productive week, and I want to let you know that you have a sound mind. Anytime you feel any sense of anxiety, feel sense of fear, it's your body and your mind requesting for more knowledge and more wisdom. Thank you very much for joining. See you.